Attention all Florida reptile keepers. We have some people in the government that are trying to take away our pets. So as of February 18, 2019, Florida passed a new law that prohibits the keeping, the breeding, or selling of yellow anacondas. Now, the reason why this is very scary is because these guys went from you don't have to have any type of permit to own them in Florida, and now they're completely prohibited. They didn't go from
conditional
to,
species
yeah, to
list.
conditional nothing. They just went straight to prohibited, and now this is really scary because they're targeting species of concern in Florida, meaning anything that could survive and breed down in Florida.
Pretty much 90% of the reptiles that are here are invasives, unfortunately. You know, even like a brown anole is not really native to Florida. The tegus, the green iguanas, chameleons, etc.
And like he just mentioned, the tegus and green iguanas, actually a couple days ago, they're proposing a bill to add on to that list the Argentine black and white tegus and green iguanas, banning the keeping, breeding, selling of those guys. And
yeah, so they're not even saying that you could, you know, you can keep them with a conditional license or anything like that. They're going to go ahead and ban them right off the bat, like they did with the yellow anaconda. Some of the people that already have conditional permits and like the class 3 permit and all these type of licensing, they're going to be grandfathered in most likely, but everybody else is not going to get the chance to pretty much own one of these amazing animals. And the grand majority of people are going to get punished because of very few selective keepers that do release them into the wild.
And as I mentioned before, it's really scary that they're just going to keep adding on to this list. The more stuff they keep banning, the more animals are going to add onto this list. In South Florida, we have populations of Panther Chameleons, Veileds, Jacksons, Ooslets, all kinds of Agamas, just literally brown anoles, just everything. So they're going to slowly chip away at your right to own these incredible animals, including ball pythons. People don't even realize that we have populations of ball pythons in Florida.
So, like Manny was saying earlier, the bill for the yellow anaconda had passed. It's a law now. They're prohibited, and some other species like the brown tree snake, I think it was. Now, so that's a law. Now they're trying to pass a law. They filed the bill where they're trying to make the keeping, breeding, selling, etc. of black and white tegus and green iguanas illegal. So that's going to take a big impact on the industry, especially here in Florida. And that is something that, you know, a lot of us, like me and Manny, we make a living out of this. But not just about making a living, and it's about these animals. It's about keeping these animals as our pets. Some of us, you know, really enjoy these animals, and we just are super fascinated by them. And the fact that they're gonna try to take that away from us is, you know, very scary.
Yeah, like he said, even if we didn't do this for a living, we'd still keep
Exactly.
a bunch of these guys, you know, out of our own pleasure. And the fact that they're trying to take away our right to own these animals it hurts us.
Yeah. And one of the things that everybody should know and should keep in mind is that there's only really one major organization in the United States that's fighting for everybody's rights. Because let me tell you, it's not just Florida that they're trying to, you know, ban some of the reptiles and make them illegal. It's some other states as well. The company that fights for us, it's a nonprofit, but it's USARC basically, and they're the only ones that are out there fighting, you know, in the courtroom. They're constantly having to go against these legislators that want to make some of these animals illegal. And let's be honest, they're not really concerned about the ecosystem or the native wildlife or anything like that, because if they were, they would do something about cats, you know, or about, you know, sometimes they bring in species of plants or other animals or fish that they put in out into the wild to control whatever. The point is that they care about the backing of the public. So we, the public, got to show them that we don't want this to happen. We got to call them, we got to write them letters, and we got to support USARC by donating to them, because they're the only ones who fight this, and it's not cheap to fight the U.S. government or the state government in court.
And another thing that's really important, like he was saying, the backing of the people is really important. There's groups of people, organizations who believe that nothing should be a pet besides a dog and a cat.
Yeah.
Like we should have our right to choose whether we want a tegu or a chameleon or a dog or a cat. And they want to take that away from us, and they're gonna fight harder than we've been fighting to take away those rights. So we got to show up in numbers. We got to donate to these organizations that are helping us. We got to fight harder than they are, so they don't take away our right to own our reptiles or fish or whatever it is that we want to, keep.
All right, so some of you guys might be thinking, how do we help? How do we stop them from doing all these things, and how do we fight it? Well, the main thing would be to stay informed. Go to the USARC website, sign up to their newsletter, follow them on Facebook, and make sure you're up to date with all these laws. Even if it's just clicking on the email and reading the headlines just to make sure nothing crazy is about to happen, make sure you do that. Obviously, another option is to donate. Spread the word. That is very important.
Yes, spreading the word is really, really important, because a lot of times we don't see these things. Like, for example, with the yellow anaconda ban, that has been going on for over a year, that battle, and we just found out about it the day of that it passed. So even us being in the community, if somebody would have shared it on Facebook, one of our friends or something, we might have seen it and we would have helped out to prevent that. So it's really important that you guys spread the word, share, and just keep yourself and everyone around you who loves reptiles, keeps reptiles, whatever, informed.
Right. And like Manny said, we didn't know about the yellow anaconda necessarily, because we don't breed. We're not too much into that world of the, big snakes. But that's not the point. The point is that, today is a yellow anaconda. Now they're trying to take away tegus and green iguanas. Like, what? And then next day it could be chameleons and so on and so forth. So make sure you stay informed. Help fight for your rights to keep these animals, for our privilege to keep these animals, because if we don't fight for it, nobody's going to, help us fight for it. These people will keep passing things, and they'll go right underneath our nose. We won't even notice, and next thing you know, you can't even own a freaking Panther Chameleon or something.
Yeah, and it's very important for us to stick together, like everyone from the big snake worlds to lizards to small lizards, because it does affect all of us. Some people can say, oh, I don't keep or breed yellow anacondas. Why should I care about this? Because like David said, they're going to come after your animals too. They're going to come after the chameleons. They're going to come after the tegus. They're going to come after everything. Because like I said before, some of these groups, some of these people just don't want us to be able to keep anything but a dog and a cat.
In conclusion, guys, all the information, the USARC website, the bills that are trying to pass, all that will be down below in the description. Check it out if you want to see more information about it. Again, try to keep up to date with all this stuff. Spread it to your friends that are in the community. And we are strong when we're together. So, let's do something about it.
And even if, we're going to try to keep you guys as up to date as possible with all this stuff. So make sure you follow us as well, because we're going to share all this stuff. And if there's something we miss, please let us know. So then we can spread that information as well. So, you see anything, any new news, please make sure you let us know.
Yeah.